What's up, everybody? Week 10 in the books. We're here week 11. And dude, after last week's results, man, we have from the second place team down to the 10th place team, all teams separated by just one game. Man, these next few weeks are going to be so important. The tiebreakers are really going to come into effect here because it's pretty evenly matched, man. And we're going to jump right into it. First matchup last week, Gotham Knights against Eli, two-time Super Bowl MVP. Terry, man, 2 weeks ago, man, you were in a very bad position. One more loss was going to pretty much knock out your playoff run. And you've gone and now won 2 in a row, beating me 141-126. You have 4 guys go over 20, man. That Dallas game, so I'll just share something with you, man. That Dallas game was it was great and it was hurtful at the same time. Dallas is going against Green Bay. Terry's got Pollard going. He's got Prescott going. But I also had a bet, and I had money riding on Green Bay. And, oh, man, I won the bet, which was great. But, man, those extra 20 points for each of them kind of killed me. My combination of Walker, Waddle, and freaking Johnson only combined for 27 points. My wide receivers did not do it this week. I lose by 15. Terry goes up to 4-6. I go down to 5-5. What's worse on top of that, I lost against Terry in the other league. So this is the first time. This is like the third time we've met the same week in both leagues. First time I think I swept. Second time I think we split. This time, Terry with the sweep, man. Beat me in both leagues. Good job, Terry, man. Next matchup. Brilliant, believe it or not, the defending champs going against a team deal. And Marty is riding that wave, a 193-133 victory. And watch it, the defending champs have won 3 in a row. And now, battling for that playoff spot. And they're a dangerous team, man. 6 guys over 20 points. 6. Tua, Cook, Kirk, Kmet, Tannehill, and St. Brown all go for over 20. Team Deal just had 2 guys over 20, and neither was a quarterback, Kelsey and Barkley. Marty, you go up to 5-5. Team Deal, Danny, 4-game losing streak, man. You were 4-2. I think you went highest, I mean the second or third seed. But man, you're on a free fall, man. 4-6. Next matchup, legendary giant Bushwick Hitman and won with the 148-132 victory. Mahomes and Watson combined for 75 points. Talk about Watson. Very few people last week started Christian Watson on their fantasy team. Juan was one of them. Big points, combined for over 75 points. Bushwick Hitman had 10 guys combined for a total of 46 points. Just not going to do it. Juan 5-5 in the thick of the playoff hunt. Bushwick Hitman, Bubba, you're 2-8. And I don't think you're mathematically eliminated yet, but for any chance for you to make the playoffs, you would have to win out, and you would have a lot of things go your way, so you could try to get it at 6-8, but it's not looking good. Next matchup, Brooklyn Giants against Colin Kaepernick. Jordan, another team fighting for their freaking playoff life, and unfortunately, Will with the 124-98 victory, headed by, and this hurts, Steeler quarterback Kenny Pickett with 21 points. Jordan's combined quarterbacks of Herbert and Erling combined for 15 points. So Pickett alone outscores both quarterbacks for Jordan. Brooklyn Giants go to 6-4. Colin Kaepernick drops down to 3-7. Next matchup, Frank's Jets, Steel Curtain. Frank's Jets with the 164-120 victory. And why? Frank, between his quarterbacks, combined for 70 points, and Steel Curtain got a donut in the quarterback production category this week. Frank's Jets goes to 6-4. Steel Curtain drops down to 5-5. Next matchup, Bad Boys, MTM 8000, and Eddie with the 142-95 victory. The tandem of Diggs and Jefferson, probably the 2 top receivers in the league. I don't know how they both ended up on Bad Boys teams, but it did. Combined for 62 points. And the injuries, I'm not even going to talk about the points. The injuries for Marco. PJ Walker, quarterback for the Panthers, out. Randy Bullock, kicker for the Titans, out. Cooper Kupp just found out 6 to 8 weeks, pretty much ending his fantasy football season. Tough break. After just picking him up in a trade just 2 weeks ago, Kupp is now on the shelf for the rest of the season. Bad Boys goes up to 6-4. Marco drops down to 6-4. The final matchup, we have Ojo Meister against Flying Buffalo Wings and Cuzzo. Ojo with the 143-137 victory. It was a close matchup. 6 points decided. And you know what? It came down to Alex got the combination of 49 points getting out of Hurts and Allen. But Ojo Meister got 44 points out of his QB tandem of Jones and Brissett. And listen, it comes down to little things. Goddard got hurt, which kind of hurt Flying Buffalo Wings. Got 0 points for the kicking position. Ojo Meister goes up to 6-4. Flying Buffalo Wings drops to 7-3. So like I said, playoff matchup. Alex still in first place with a 7-3 record. Followed by 5 teams at 6-4. Bad Boys, Frank's Jets, Team 8000, Brooklyn Giants, and Ojo Meister. Then rounding out the 7th and 8th slot is Eli, 2-time Super Bowl MVP at 5-5. And we have Steel Curtain, 13. But right behind that, we have legendary Giant and Ridley's, believe it or not, who's also at 5-5. Only reason we're up front is because of the tiebreakers, but very close. Then we have Team Deal and Gotham Knights who are 4-6, who still have a shot, but there's only 4 weeks left in the season. So they're going to have to win out. After that, we have Colin Kaepernick, who, Jordan, I mean, you're in a similar situation with Bubba. You have 1 extra win, but man, another loss is really going to may put an end to your season. And unfortunately, you're going against your papa, your father. And it's not going to look good, man. Because I'm going to whip your ass. They're going to call ACS because I'm going to whip your ass this week. I'm sorry, bro, man. You're going to lose this week. Why? Because, A, let's start off with, I already have a 19-0 lead. Why? Because my savvy thinking was like, let me get another wide receiver. Hey, Burke is available. Let me stick him into that starting lineup. What does he do? He has good points, 12 points, going towards the end of the game. All right, I got double digits. I'm okay with that. All the Titans need to do is run out the clock. All of a sudden, boom, 50-yard pass to Traylon Burke. I got 19 points now. I was like, yes. So, Jordan, I'm sorry, man. This is just not your week. I'm sorry that I may be ending your season. I still love you. You're my son. But I'm going to kick your ass this week. All right, next matchup we have Team 8000 against Brooklyn Giants. And yeah, man, Marco, man, it's going to be tough, man. Right now, you guys have both used one person. Team 8000 got a donut. Brooklyn Giants up 14-0 early. And we have Bad Boys against Ojo Meister, another 6-4 team. This week is going to be interesting because there's a lot of matchups of teams with the same records. So again, there's going to be, of course, playoff positioning in regards to the record, but also tie-breaking implications. So this week is probably one of the most crucial weeks for a lot of these teams in the thick of it. And like I said, the matchup with Ojo Meister, Bad Boys, both 6-4. Bad Boys has an early 3-0 lead. And we have Team Deal and Bushwick Hitman, both teams who are just trying to stay alive. And with that glimmer of hope, right now, Bushwick Hitman is up early 25-0. Then we have Flying Buffalo Wings against Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights has been on a tear the last 2 weeks. Another team that's fighting for its playoff life. And you got Flying Buffalo Wings, who's now, Alex is dealing with injuries. Lost both tight ends this year now. Ertz and Goddard both out. So he's got to regroup and, retool his team. Then we have Frank's Jets against Legendary Giant. Both have used the person right now. Frank's Jets up to an early 27-21 lead. This is crucial for both, I guess, for tie-breaking implications. If one wins, not only will they both be 6-5, he'll have the tiebreaker. If he loses, then he drops down, and then it becomes a harder road to climb. Same thing with the final matchup. Steel Curtain, really, believe it or not, both teams 5-5. Really up 26-17 early, and Ariel's already used 2 people, while Marty has only used 1. So this week is going to be crazy, man. It's going to be insane. Make sure you set your rosters. Make sure you're looking at that waiver wire. Because, man, You listen. It could be that one person that you could pick up that down the stretch can win it for you. Right now, for me, that's Tony. Kadarius Toney, I picked him up, and he's got a shot now with Hardman out, with Juju Smith-Schuster hurt. He could be my number one guy that could ride me through the playoffs. So, I mean, the waiver wire is important. And speaking about the waiver wire, I'm going to give you my all-waiver team. So I was looking at everybody that was drafted and everybody that was picked up. And this team consists of all people that were not drafted that scored highest in their relative group. So we have the all-waiver team. Top quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo. 160 points this season. The 19th ranked quarterback was available when free agency started after the draft. For the Superflex quarterback position, Jacoby Brissett, who also wasn't drafted, at 157 points. For the running backs, we had Jeff Wilson and Eno Benjamin. Wilson getting 112, the 23rd ranked quarterback. Benjamin with 104, the 24th ranked quarterback. And what's interesting, that Benjamin was just cut by the Cardinals and I believe is a free agent. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets picked up by somebody else and what kind of production and value he could bring. For the wide receiver positions, we had Duvernay and Samuel, who are the 14th and 20th wide receivers respectively. 134 points for Duvernay, 123 for Samuel. The tight end off free agency, the number 6 tight end in the league, Taysom Hill of the Saints, who's already had 93 points this year. The top flex position that was a free agent will go to Carter from the Chargers, who had 117 points. The best kicker that was available would be Nick Folk, who's the number 4 kicker in the league right now, point value-wise. He has 73 points. And the top defense that was available at the end of the draft is actually the number 1 scoring defense in the league, the New England Patriots. Incredible. So all of these players and team, they were available right after the draft. And if you just comprise your team of all these top waiver pickups, you would have a combined total right now of 1,209 points. It would put you in the bottom of the league, but it'll have you better than 3 leagues right now in their scoring. That would be, they scored more than Ojo Meister, Colin Kaepernick, and Bushwick Hitman. Waiver wire is important. You gotta, man, check those waivers. I know there's hawks out there. There's people who are quick to grab people. You know, you got waiver standings, you get top priority, you just gotta be on it. Trade deadlines this week. If you have any trades you want to make, now's the time to do it. Because after this week, it is done. And then it's riding with whatever waiver wires you have or the team that you have. Man, this is it, man. Giants have a tough matchup. Well, it is a tough matchup today against Detroit. They're a good offensive team, probably one of the better offensive teams they faced this season. But, you know, I got faith in my G-men. You guys have a good week. If I don't talk to you guys, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy, man. Talk to you later.